Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Saturday. It's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. I am here live today on my Facebook page. Just so you know, if you're watching this on somebody's share or on my YouTube channel or on the Volume website, it is live on my Facebook page and you're watching a recording. My Facebook page is facebook.com/MemoryINKers. That is also where you go to my Stampin' Up! Website, MemoryInkers.com, and you can email me at MemoryInkers@gmail.com. The hostess code for February 2023 is 2, T as in Tom, Q as in Queen, M as in Michael, P as in Paul, K as in Carrie, 7, D as in David. And today we're going to talk about Paper Pumpkin. Now, if you do not know much about Paper Pumpkin, let me explain. Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription, and sorry, I'm looking for something, which is like what happens when you go live, right? So I think I'm going to have to share that part later because I put them away so well, I don't know what I did with them. Anyway, Paper Pumpkin comes monthly, and it's a surprise. We don't know what it is. Like when I got this one, I had a hint, I had a clue. They also let us know that we could, this was a new thing, that we could buy a couple of dies to go with items in this kit. We knew there was a frog. We knew that there were flowers. That's what those are. But we didn't really know anything else. So that is the thing that you need to understand when you subscribe or purchase a Paper Pumpkin kit. And you have to do so for the 10th of this month. So this kit I'm showing you is no longer available. But you have until March 10th to get in on the next one. And if you're going to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin or purchase a Paper Pumpkin kit, this is the time to do it, because the March kit will be the 10th anniversary, and every anniversary of Paper Pumpkin they add an extra gift. And my understanding is the extra gift this time is an additional stamp set. So they always come with a stamp set, so it's a good time to get in. Also, dang, I wish I could find them. The last time they showed the picture of the box, the way we always get to see the picture of the box. They normally look like this, okay? But sometimes they do like a really fancy, pretty box, all right? The one that they're doing now is very similar look to our New Horizon Designer Series paper that was out last year that everybody went nuts over. So I'm thinking it's going to be a phenomenal kit. Do y'all remember when we had that one that had that like killer envelopes that were just like beautiful? That's what I wanted to show you guys. I can't believe I don't know where they are. It's very frustrating to me. They're right here somewhere on my disaster of a desk. I'm looking still again. You hang with me, you guys. I really am going to show you some cool stuff, but well, dang it. All right, I'm giving up. I will try to post them later. So anyway, that's the scoop. Oh, I found them. Woohoo. Yay. All right. So this is the sneak peek of what's coming next month. All right. Okay. So look at that box. It's a little bit different than the one I showed you. The last time we had a cool box like that. So before I get into the new one, we had a box that included, look at these envelopes. I'm not telling you you're going to get fancy envelopes next month. I'm not telling you that because I do not know. Demonstrators do not know in advance what is coming. But look at this envelope. This envelope is killer. And I used it several times to make matching cards. So these are some of the designs I made last month. You can see this one is made from the envelope. I just, yeah. And so I'm warning you guys in advance. I have a suspicion that this March kit is going, I mean, look at that. I mean, just, this was one of their suggested cards. And look, I mean, both sides of the cards. So a lot of times I cut them so I could use both pieces. And I truly, truly believe this is going to be one of those kits. No guarantees. I do not know. I am guessing, but I suspect. And I don't want, because you can't order them later, I don't want you guys to miss out. I can't tell you how many people said, how can I get that kit, this kit? You can't. Now, if you are a subscriber, they do allow you to purchase, if there's any left, you can go in and purchase additional kit refills, that kind of thing. Or you can decide that you want to order 2 kits at one time. That's fine too. But I just wanted to give you a heads up, because that is how Paper Pumpkin works. And I think a lot of you don't understand that. So, to be clear, the kit I'm about to show you, you can no longer get. If you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin before the 10th of March, you will get next month's kit. And of course, I will show you alternatives. Okay, that's that. All right, so here's the kit. And I've used a lot of it, so I'm going to show you what I have left. So when you get it, you are going to get... there was a sheet of die cuts for your labels. Look at these cute and adorable dies for making the cards. They're not sticky. They're just die cuts to pop out and make the cards. It came with some gems, some cute little pink gems and blue raindrops. It always comes with, almost always comes with dimensionals, and always comes with glue dots, so you don't even need adhesive. I always use my regular adhesive when I put them together, but the suggestion is that even if you didn't have any adhesive, you could put your cards together with glue dots, which is true. It comes with a stamp set. This time, this is the stamp set. It's got some really cute sayings on it. There's our little frog and the flowers that the die goes with. As you can see, I've been using it, so it's very cute. It comes with envelopes that, yes, you could cut these envelopes out because this color goes all the way through. So you could cut them down, which we've done before, to make more cards with, or just keep it as an envelope. It's kind of plain on the outside, but you can decorate it. So, and there was enough to make 9 cards. So let me show you the 9 cards that they suggested. This was the first one. Okay, it's very cute. And then there's the raindrops. I will say, though, that if you're going to write a sentiment on this one, you're probably going to have to write it on the back. Okay, that is true with all of the cards. Here's the second one that they suggested. It's very cute. They're so cute, just as the Stampin' Up! Recommends. Really adorable, right? Such cute cards. But you can see how they can be cut up also. All right, so what are my alternatives? Well, I have a few that I will show you, and then I'm going to make a couple of cards with you. So here's one where I took the card base and I cut off the front. I used some designer series paper. Now this designer series paper is in a suite, okay? This suite has the rainy day, playing in the rain, stamps and dies, and they coordinate perfectly with this kit. I mean, look at this. All you have to do is is take a look at like the turtle and the bunny. They go really well with this, and of course the rain and the flowers and all that. So it's a great suite that coordinates it. And when they have something like that, they do tell us, so we did know, so that if somebody wanted to, and I know some of you did, purchase this suite. And some of the cardstock in here actually can be cut out with dies, but I was going to show you here. I think this one is one. Nope. Some of them actually have, there we go, look, it's the same. So you could repeat these cards if you've got the designer series paper. So, and this designer series papers is called Rain or Shine. It is in the current mini. It's really cute. It's got a lot of high gloss things to it. So I've used some of the Playing in the Rain to make these stamps. And later I'm going to be using some of the At the Pond, which is, this is a current Hostess stamp, because I thought it went with the frog. So I'm going to be using that one too. Okay, so here are my alternative cards. This little cute little frog, I stamped him and colored him in with blends, and then stamped the little hello. Both of those images, the frog and the hello, are from the stamp set. Okay, and then did I do the inside? I did not. I didn't do anything on the inside, but you certainly could, right? And then here's another one where I used some of the Designer Series paper. Can you see it shine and shimmer? And I cut out, this is from the Designer Series paper. I could have used this one, but I honestly wanted to keep this sheet whole so you guys could see it. I honestly did. That's why I did it. And then here's the gems from that set. And then I also cut out a little umbrella here. Here is the one part of the card. It was the blue in there, and I have it, so I folded it opposite. So this was, and I trimmed it down too. So this would have been folded the other way as in this card, okay? So what I did was I folded it the opposite way, like this, and then I got the front, all right? And trimmed it down, and then I just put it on a piece of the Mango Melody cardstock, because you do get a little ink pad with your, I forgot to mention that, with your paper pumpkin kits. So, and these are the dies that come, this was a piece that was cut off of this, because it's that, you know, so when I trimmed it off, I had that extra piece to put on there. This is another stamp set from Stampin' Up, and I used the similar colors to the rainbow that's in the other card to kind of copy, and I just, after I stamped it and let it dry, I just colored it, and it's not fancy. It's totally not fancy, but I still like the way it's got a childlike look to it, and I kind of like that. Here's another one with the frog, and I added some raindrops, and I popped this up, and these are popped up. And then on the inside, this is another one where I folded it, right? Folded it funny. And then I used, see the pink and the blue? I used the back piece from one of the other cards, folded it over, because I wanted this on there. And I thought it seemed appropriate that it would be friends in any kind of weather, kind of stormy, gloomy, blah, but wishing you sunshine and smiles on the inside. I just thought that was really cute. And of course, this is a die that came with a die cut piece. And of course, that's a stamp that lets you stamp onto the kite. And this is a stamp, and of course the sentiment. So there's that one. This one I think is my favorite. I don't always go with cutesy cutesy, but look at how cute. You brighten my day, and look at these adorable, like this is from the Designer Series paper, this one here. These two are from here, this one, and the umbrella. And then of course the clouds, and I stamped I think I did. I stamped the, I wanted the sun to be very clearly a yellow. I think I used Daffodil Delight. And then I cut it out. So I stamped it onto white and cut it out, so it would be really vibrant. And then the inside has another little umbrella from the Designer Series paper on there. Okay, so those are some of my alternatives that I did. There's a ton of them out there in the world, but those are mine. And now I'm going to put together some fun cards for you. Let me just move some things out of my way. I'm going to use my full-size ink pad to do that. I seem to have lost, oh, there they are. All right, I want to make sure I have everything where I need it to be. All right, so for this first card, I am, hang on, grabbing all my pieces. So I've already pre-stamped from the At the Pond stamp set, the frog, this frog, which has an outline and an inside. So the outline was Mossy Meadow, the inside was Old Olive, and then the little I think he's a bee. He's a bug. And I used markers to color him in with Balmy Blue and Mango Melody. So I've got those already prepared, and they came from the At the Pond set because it just seemed to me like it worked with this particular set. All right, so now here is the card. All right, I'm going to use it as they suggest, like that. All right, but I am going to make a few little changes to it. I am going to add this to the front, but I don't want all of it on there. I just want a little bit. So I'm going to kind of put it on there crooked like so. All right. And then I'm going to trim it off. All right. So let me take care of that. I need my, there it is, my silicone mat so I don't make a big mess. And I'm going to put a little bit here on the bottom. And then I'm going to put it on this piece here. Probably should have done that first. All right. Now I'm just going to wiggle it until it is where I want it to be. Like so. So it is not all the way. As you can see, it's almost all the way. I didn't really move it very much, did I? Let me see if I can move it a little bit more. I have a lot of glue on there now, though, so we'll see what it's going to let me do. Okay, perfectionism is not me. If you were waiting for that demonstrator who is perfect, you need to continue waiting because she is not me. And I can also see it needs to move over a little bit. So if you peel slowly, usually you're okay. Sometimes you're not. So there we go. I wanted to make sure it was hanging over on both sides, so that's why I moved it. Okay, so now I can feel I have some adhesive here, but I'm not going to worry about that. I have an adhesive remover if I need to take some of that off later. Now you can use your paper trimmer or you can use your snips. For time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and just use my snips to trim this off. I'm not sure how well that's showing up on the screen, but here's the end of the card. So I'm just butting my scissors up against the end of the card so that I can trim it. Paper trimmer would do this perfectly. You know how I feel about perfection. Okay, so there we go. Now we just have a little bit of grass there on the front. I can hold on to this and I can use it for another project later, right? Because it still has a nice curve to it, so why not? Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to take this little frog and I'm going to put him right there on the grass, but I want to make sure I don't put anything on his top part. So put a little bit on his toes there so they don't flip-flop around. And he's right there. Now, this is where I could take the little frog and I could cut him out with the dies. I'm not going to do that just because of virtue of time. But I can do that in the future. For now, this is the same frog. So I'm just going to pop him out. Okay. And speaking of popping, I'm going to put him on dimensionals. So I grab some of my dimensionals here. I'm going to grab some of the minis, I think. It does come with dimensionals in the kit, as I showed you, but I like to use up what I have first. And I'm going to put it on the bottom of the frog because he's going to hang over that little oval opening. And I want to be sure I know where he's going to need to have it. So I want him to be with his mom. Okay. Assuming that's the mom. Could be the dad. Could be they're out for a fun day of, you know, bug catching. So pull off the backs of that. And there he is right there. And look at how lovingly he's looking up at his little frog dad. How cute is that, right? So now I want to take this one that says Friends in Any Kind of Weather, and I'm going to put it on the rainbow. So I am going to close this just so I can kind of see what I'm doing. And I'm going to grab a block so that I'm ready. So I grabbed my big block. I don't want it to be straight. I don't want that. I want it to be curved. So I am going to curve it to kind of match that piece. Now, here's where the problem comes in. You guys don't see it like I can see it, but if I let it go, it's going to straighten out, right? So all I'm going to do is, it's going to be basically the same curve, and I will just do it on the block upside down, and then I can check it and go, yep, that works. Or nope, that doesn't work. So when I put it here in the center where I want it, this is too tilted. So you just play with it until you get it. So it has a curve, but not so crazy a curve. And it will be, I am going to stamp it a little bit crooked on the card base. I hope that's making sense. And I am going to use my, I know I pulled it over here. Oh, here it is. My Memento black ink for this. I'm just going to ink that up. And I need my foam mat because these are photopolymer. So, and just be careful when you're doing something like this with a closed card. So it is going to be crooked, like so. Okay, so I've got there. Friends in Any Kind of Weather, so cute. I'm going to grab the sun out of the stamp set. And the Mango Melody ink, which is the same color as the spot that came with the kit, so I know it's going to go well. Oh, look, I got some black on there. That's a bummer. But that is where an embellishment will go. There we go. So I'm going to ink this up. I want to ink it up really good. I want to make sure there's a lot of ink on there because I am stamping onto this pink. And so the pink is going to come through. The little pink check is going to come through, and I'm pressing really hard on there. There we go. So now I've got the sunshine, and I think it looks kind of cute, right? With the pink going through. Look, I did that again. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do some serious repair on this card. So we'll just ignore that for now, right? And then I'm going to take my little guy, and I am going to put him right there, on there, because it's just cute. Because why would you not? Because he's cute. I'm not going to pop him up. I thought about it, but I decided against it because he is on the inside, even though it's not a huge deal with this card. But there we go. So there we go, minus where I screwed up. But isn't it cute? It's so cute. And then you could add some stuff on it. But before I add any sparkles to it, I'm going to see if I can get that off with my strong eraser. I don't know. It might be a little bit much even for me. Okay, so now we're going to go to one more card. And for that one, I am using, I think, hang on, I'm looking. Gathering all my cares and woes. All right, there it is. I knew that wasn't right. I am going to be using a thick piece of basic white cardstock, which I have pre-scored. Because whenever you have the really thick, hi Pam, and thanks for the hearts. Whenever you have something really thick, you want to pre-score it. And the basic white and the very vanilla thick cardstocks are, well, obviously thick, since they say that. So that's going to be the card front. All right, I'm going to set that aside because we are going to make a shaker card. That's right, a shaker card. So I have cut down this piece that was a card front. This is a card front. See, these are both from the same card. They were meant to go like this, but I have trimmed them both, all of them down, okay? So I'm going to start by putting these two pieces together. Again, they were trimmed. Trimming is up to you, okay? This piece, I know, I just trimmed it so that it would fit behind. Pretty sure this piece I trimmed down to 4 by 5 1/4. So I am going to take this, whoops, and then I'm going to put it on top of the gray. And you will see when you line this up, if you have this kit, that the gray is not an exact, it's not exact. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a little off to give it like movement and flow. Now, in order to make it a shaker card, I need to have some, a window sheet, right? So for the window sheet, I want it on here, and I want it to be tied up against where this space is. So I'm going to use my tear and tape, and I am going to outline this piece so that it will hold the window sheet in place. Now, this one you don't have to, I mean, it can be a square. But when you see me add the foam later, you'll see that I don't do a square. This one just needs to be able to hold the window sheet in place. And window sheets do need the stickier tape. Okay, that's important. All right. So we're going to pick that off. You guys have probably seen shaker cards before, but if you have not, they are a fun addition to card making. They're just fun. And when your friends get a shaker card from you, they just think you're brilliant. And that's what we want our friends to think, right? That we're brilliant. Okay. Excuse me. Still recovering here. So, now I am taking, these are foam adhesive strips. They are available in the current Stampin' Up! Catalog. I believe they're on page 127 because that's where most of our adhesives are. So I've got bits and pieces because I save all my bits and pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and use some of those. And I'm going to curve this one, and I'm putting it right on to the silver, or the window sheet. It's important that you stay on the window sheet. It is also important that you close your corners or your edges wherever it is going to touch. This is really important that you close those up. Okay, so I'm sort of pushing it towards that. I have so many little pieces here. I think I cut them up for a class so that they would be ready. Okay, so all right, there we go. So we have all of those in place. Now, one of the things I want to do is I want to get these corners popped up also, because they are, they're going to make a difference, and I don't want them to fold down. So it'll make sense to you in just a minute. So what I'm going to do is, I don't need whole pieces. So I'm going to cut these in half again. And I'm just going to put them on the corners, so that my corners are up as high as this part, and they don't like fall down while in shipping. Does that make sense? So they don't press down. That one's sticking out too far. There we go. And one more over here. Okay, so there I have all of my awesome foam adhesive strips. If you didn't know we had these, oh my gosh, game changer, seriously. In the annual catalog, I'm sorry I don't know the price offhand, but they're number 141825, and you get 40 strips, and they're all this long. Obviously you can see that, and they are thin. Well, you can see they're thin, so you can use them a lot. If you run out of dimensionals, you've got them for that. Okay, so now before I add any of the things that I want to pop, make sure there's, okay, this is going to be my bottom, so I want to remember that. In fact, I am going to put a B down here because no one's going to see it. That way I'll remember that's my bottom. But before I put anything in there or take off my transfer sheets, I am using the Embossing Buddy, which you can get now. It's still available. It was in the fall catalog, but it is still available. And the reason I'm doing that is to take the static off of that piece. Now, this is going to want to roll all over. So let me grab the other piece. All right. So here's what I'm using. These are awesome. They're called effervescent elements. So, and they are little balls, and they are going to roll all over the place. So that's why I put it in the tray. Put as many or as few as you want. I'm getting a little carried away there, but I'm happy with it. And then keeping it in here, I got to remember that's my bottom. I'm going to start by removing some of these transfers. Oh, look, see, 2 ran away already. You definitely want to hold down your card while you're removing these. There is a piece stuck in here, so I want to get that off. That's because I cut them. Yours won't do that when you buy them. It's when you cut them like I did into strips. Because I cut them this way and this way, so sometimes I cut into a piece. Did I get that? I think so. I think this is my last one. You want to make sure that you've gotten them all. Whoa. Okay. So, there we go. There's my beads in there. Now I wanted to make sure did that bottom because I want to make sure my raindrops are dropping down. So this has to go this way. So I'm just putting it on there so that it covers the hole. Okay. Then you definitely want to press. You want to be sure that you have that closed really good, or they are going to sneak out in the envelope, which could be fun and entertaining for you, but probably not for the person who gets it. All right, it almost feels like there's a couple of them stuck in there. I hope not. But see now I have raindrops. How cute is that, right? So stinking cute. Okay, so toss that over there. I'm going to set that aside. And I grabbed the extra pieces that I cut off, and I am going to put them on the inside of my card like so, just to make it match a little bit. All right, just for fun, because fun is good, right? So we're gonna pop that down. Make sure my raindrops are going the right way. Okay, make sure I can still fold my card there. I could have done the blue check on all of it, but I wanted to have a little bit of variety. So there we go. So just for something fun inside the card. You don't have to do that, but you know, sometimes decorating the inside of the card is fun, right? So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere this down to the front. And it is a little bit smaller. I'm hoping you guys can see that. So again, I'm going to use my liquid glue. There is still some of the tabs sticking out. So pay attention to that when you're putting it down. Okay. There you go. So now that's the basis of a shaker card. Now it's just a matter of decorating it, and somewhere I have my notes as to what I was going to do here. Oh, I was going to stamp the sun, but I don't want to do that now that it's on there. It won't stamp right, so I'm not going to do that. I am going to use some of my labels. Oops. Maybe I'll use that too. I don't know. We'll see. And I was going to do You Brighten My Day. So, stamps. There they are. And the You Brighten My Day will fit on, well, any of them, but I'm going to put it on this. So I need my foam pad again. And a block. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Memento ink again. And pardon my head. There we go. So I know I'm going to put that on there. I'm not sure where yet because I kind of changed my mind on some stuff. You know, it happens. So I think this little guy needs to be holding the umbrella. That's what I think. So maybe he needs to go on this side so it can stick over there, right? But this is my little thing. When I want to attach something and there's white, can you see the white? I like to trim that away. It's a silly thing, I know, but I like to trim it away a little bit so that it looks more like the little guy is actually holding it. Now I'm not going to get nuts here. There will be some white. Hopefully I don't mess it up because I'm on video and I never do well on video when I'm fussy cutting. So there we go. I just cut it out a little bit. And then I'm going to glue him down flat. And I'm putting glue on all of him because it's okay with me that he sticks to the plastic, right? That's totally okay. So there we go. Don't know what I'm doing with that yet. Pretty sure he's going to go right there. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop this part up, but I want to glue that part to his hand. So I'm going to use regular glue dots, maybe. Maybe not. Okay. These are here. I will use them. I'll just use more of them. So the umbrella is going to pop up, which is going to give the umbrella a little bit more dimension than if I were to glue it down. But it's got to be in his hand. So I have to make sure that that part isn't popped up because that would look like he's losing the umbrella, which a little guy like that could lose the umbrella, but that's not what we want to. That's not where we're going with this. You don't want to get little bunny boy in trouble because he lost the umbrella. So there we go. I'm putting it in his hand. It's going off to the side. And you want to hold this bottom piece for a minute because you want it to glue. But see, it gave it a little bit of dimension. And then this little guy, he would be fun on a flippy card. So I may go grab that because that would be fun. I'm going to go ahead and put the You Brighten My Day right up here. And I'm going to put that on dimensionals also. Thanks for sharing, Pam. I appreciate that. It's a pretty quiet day here. There's not very many of you popping on, but it is Saturday, and I know that a lot of you guys are busy on Saturdays. So if you're watching the replay, make sure you say hi, or even those of you girls who are live, or guys. I know Pam's a girl, but I don't know who else is watching because they haven't said anything yet. So there's that. I'm going to grab one of my little wobbles, because I think it would be fun, right? Why not be fun? So, All right. I got these on Amazon, in case you're wondering. They're called Wobbles. I've used them before. I just think it would be cute on the back of this little bunny to have him be wobbling. See, I stamped them, you can tell. Because I don't throw things away. You know how I am. I'm just cheap. I mean, that's just the reality. All right, so I'm going to set that right there in the center. So you take the sticky off one side, and then the other side is always in two pieces. And you can decide, one is thinner than the other as far as adhesives go. So the fun part of this is when they shake it, he should shake, hopefully. Why is this not coming off? There we go. He should shake with the bubbles. That might be hard to see, but so there we go. So see, he can wobble. How cute is that? But then when they shake, oh no, that won't work, but they'll figure it out. Isn't that fun? So stinking cute. And then of course it's a card. So cute, cute, cute. So here are my alternatives. The ones with the boo-boos. And where did I put the rest of them? These are the Stampin' Up! Originals that you'll see in the kit. And here are some of my other alternatives. There we go. I think that has something on the inside. Yep. This is probably my favorite inside. I don't know. Do you guys like it? I really like it. Hi, Becky. Thank you. That one. And this one. I don't think I did anything on that one. So there you go. Those are my paper pumpkin alternatives. I hope you guys liked them. Have a blessed and wonderful weekend, you guys, and I will see you back here next week. Now, I am having eye surgery, so I'm going to try and get something taped for Tuesday. But if I don't, you'll understand. I'll be a little late. But okay, see you guys. Bye.